Hello my beautiful butterflies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Beverley and it's lovely to see you today. Today we are going to be having a nice cup of tea and talking about a witchy book. So get the kettle on and let's get going. So nice. So as always, before we get to the book, we're going to talk about the tea. Today's tea is new to me. I got this just the other day from a health food shop near me. This is Rose. It's by Yogi Tea and it's a Yurdivic blend of rose petals, hibiscus and lavender flowers. This is the thing. It's gorgeous. As always, if you want to try this tea, I will leave an affiliate link to buy it down below. I love Yogi Tea. I wish I had a better cup. I apologise. All my nice cups are packed away because we're still in the middle of the whole moving process. But let's give it a try, shall we? Okay, so this takes me back to when I was a little kid. When I was a kid, we used to get old jars. Then we would get these jars, fill them with water, and we would put flower petals we'd picked from the garden in them and leave them for ages and ages. And then we'd come back and we'd pretend they were perfume and tea and things, and I would always imagine they tasted like this. It tastes so flowery and aromatic. It's just gorgeous. Go and get yourself a cup right now. It's so nice. So here's the actual review that we're doing today, and this is a book that is a Pagan Portal. I think this is the first Pagan Portal that I've read, so we're going to be talking about that as well. This is called Reclaiming Witchcraft by Irisanya Moon. It's got a beautiful cover, can I say that? So basically we have reviewed a book about reclaiming witchcraft before, and I didn't realise until I'd started reading this. I can't remember who it was by, but I will leave a link to that video down below and up above and all the places, because I think it's important to note that that book was about a personal journey with this form of witchcraft, and I believe that that person is one of the founders of this type of witchcraft. So basically, Reclaiming Witchcraft is putting together feminism, witchcraft, politics, and standing up for activism and the environment. And it's putting all those things together in one little neat package. So if you're really interested in what's going on in the world right now, like Black Lives Matter, protesting, trying to make sure that everybody has the rights that they should have, maybe this is the witchcraft journey for you. There are many different witchcraft journeys, and as an omnist, I'm just interested in faith and religion. I'm interested in all different ways to get to God and understand God better. Sorry, the beloved creator, as I've been calling them recently, because God, as it's been pointed out on a previous video, is a male pronoun. Is that the right wordage? I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm trying to get better with non-gendering. So I'm learning. This book is a Pagan Portal, and basically a Pagan Portal is a very small book. It's not long at all, and what's great about that is they're on all different subjects. So you can get them on candle magic, you can get them specifically on different types, you can get them on practices, rituals, all sorts of different things, and it's somebody who specialises in that thing that writes it. So they've all got different authors, but they're all under this Pagan Portals banner. I really enjoyed this. I enjoyed getting a little snapshot into the workings from somebody who specialises in it. It was really great to learn more about this thing that I'd read from Starhawk. That was their name. Starhawk had written a book and I listened to it on audiobook, I remember now. So basically that was a personal journey following this faith, and they're one of the founders. This faith hasn't been going that long. Let me just have a look. Page 7, we're right at the beginning. I can't remember the year. Yes, the 1980s. This began in the 1980s, and I think there must have been like a resurgence in interest in witchcraft and different kinds of witchcraft in the 70s, 80s, because I think that's when Wicca started as well. And I've read a few different things that are like in the mid 70s, in the mid 80s, that kind of decade must have been very much full of people discovering witchcraft, especially because people were very active in feminism and activism was very big. So it seemed to be the perfect time for this sort of witchcraft to come into power. Now, I am not somebody as a disabled woman who can go to a protest. I just can't. I have anxiety disorders and things like that. I don't like being around a lot of people. So protests are not my thing, you know. So when I heard about Reclaiming Witchcraft, I loved the idea that I could contribute to the things that I'm passionate about, the causes that mean a lot to me, without having to go to a protest. That I can work energetically, I can use my rituals, I can use the things that I do every single day to help me feel like I'm helping that cause. I loved that, so I was really interested in reading more about it. It's really great because they attempt to make every single meeting that they have accessible to everybody. They don't use gendered pronouns, they don't believe in that sort of thing, they don't believe in flowing with societal norms. And by that what I mean is they think that everybody should just be included. That's what I believe as well. I don't understand all this division that we have. So I found this really, really interesting. It talked about the way the council is set up. So it's not just one person in charge. It's a council of people, and they meet up and they make decisions that flow through the rest of the world, of everybody who is practicing this form of witchcraft. It does seem to be more of a group kind of witchcraft rather than a solitary path, which sounds absolutely amazing. I am a solitary witch. I definitely am kind of eclectic, I suppose you'd say, because that goes along with my omnism, but I definitely believe in taking things and flowing with what flows with you, instead of just this is what I do kind of thing. But that's what I believe. And there are parts that I read about in this book that I will definitely be bringing into my own practice as I settle back into being in our new home, finding my new path, finding new ways of bringing the magic back into my life. And I think that's an amazing thing. It's incredible to find little things that you can bring into your own personal craft. It's so important to do, and I think it's something that we can definitely work towards even more as we move forward in life. I really enjoyed this book. I have to say, I got a lot of information, like specifically about the different, the Wheel of the Year, which they work with quite a lot, which I like. Times and dates and things are not something that naturally comes to me. I struggle very much with remembering birthdays, or the day that, you know, like my grandmother passed away. I can't even remember what year it was. Like, I don't remember dates and times very well. So the Wheel of the Year is something that I need to study and work with more and get to know better. So there's a couple of pages in the book that went through each of the different parts of the Wheel of the Year and explained each one in a very simple, easy to follow way. And that's why I think I'm going to be reading a lot more of these pagan portals. They're just little snapshots into different types of witchcraft. And as well as that, you learn a little bit in each one that you can bring into it. I did find that a lot of this book is about things they call like witch camps, which is a kind of, I think it's kind of like a summer camp, which they have in America, I believe. I've seen movies about summer camps, you know, so I know all about it. But you do witchcraft there together, and a lot about how the council works rather than about specifics of how you would practice on a daily basis. It was more about the overview, or the behind the scenes, if you like, of how things are put together and how it works. And I enjoyed that. It really gave me a chance to learn a bit more about how these specific branches of witchcraft are run. And I enjoyed that. I enjoyed learning about that. I'm not really into following organised religion. That's why I've stepped away from following a specific religion, and I'm just an omnist. I love studying and learning about religions, but I don't like being put in a little box. So that was something that I was like, oh, I don't like the idea of a council of people deciding how I practice my faith and how my relationship with the beloved goes. But it was interesting to learn about, and it felt very open and honest. They spoke about how the finances are managed, that kind of thing. And not large sections of it were about finances and things like that. But I appreciated learning about that. Reading this, it kind of felt very open and honest, which I feel a lot of big major religions kind of keep the money aspect out of it. Like, we want you to give us money, 10% of your wages or whatever it is, but we don't want to tell you exactly what we're doing with it. And so this felt very open, very honest. It's still a very new religion when you look at the world religions out there. This is only from the 1980s, and yet it seems very open. It seems to flow, and I like that. There have been times they spoke about, the author spoke about a few times when people had felt left out by the things that the council were doing, and they could bring things forward and it changed the way things were run. So I appreciated learning that. I appreciated hearing that a religion was open to hearing from its followers and learning from how they were experiencing it. Overall, this was a really, really interesting book. I think if you're trying to find your path, because I know instead of just saying, oh, I'm a witch, people like to say I'm a green witch, or I'm a candle witch, or I'm a crystal witch, or, you know, you like to have our little labels. And if you're still trying to find your niche or little place, these pagan portals are brilliant because you can just pick them up, read about it, get more information. There's always lots of references and things in the back, information, things that you can look up and continue to learn about. And I found that incredibly interesting. So I just really appreciated this book. So let me know down below if you've read this, if you read the pagan portals. I learned about them from Hearthwitch. She's incredible. I will leave a link to her down below so that you can go and follow her. There'll be an affiliate link to this book and to the tea. So if you want to read this book yourself, you can do. If you want to try this gorgeous tea, you can do. And if you buy using those links, I will get a little bit of money back to help me run this channel at no extra cost to you. Everyone's a winner. Let me just go and grab the book that we're reading next because I forgot to pick it up. Don't. So here is the next book that I'm going to be reading and reviewing. This is Ancestral Healing by Trevor Greenfield. I am so interested in healing ancestral wounds and working with my ancestors, especially at the moment when we are dismantling a lot of, we're dealing with slavery and enslaved people, we're dealing with pulling down statues and demolishing all this history that's been around us for so long. And I'm quite interested in working with my ancestors, my particular ones that were probably involved in slavery in some capacity. I live in England and we were a big part of the enslavement. So I really want to work to try and heal those wounds that happened in the past and heal some of my ancestors from their terrible feelings towards people just based on their race. So I'm really interested in reading this. Again, if you want to read this book along with me, the affiliate link will be down below in the description, so make sure you go and check that out. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave me a cheeky little like down below so I know that you enjoyed it and I can bring you more lovely videos like this in the future. And while you're down there, why not leave me a cheeky comment? I love talking to you guys, especially when it comes to learning about witchcraft. I have quite a few of you guys who are practicing witches or who are interested in just spirituality and growing spiritually and learning about different faiths, and I love talking to you. So don't forget to leave me a comment right down there while you're there. And if you enjoy my content, I mostly post about vintage fashion, spirituality and disability awareness. If any of those topics interest you, if you like my face, definitely go down there and hit that little subscribe button. I am trying so hard to get to 1,000 subscribers. I would love to grow my little butterfly family. So if you want to join, hit that little subscribe button and ring that little bell so you always know when I upload. I'm usually here Mondays and Fridays. My health permitting, I always do my very best to be here with you twice a week, every week. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you are interested in these things. I hope that I entertained you and kept you going for a little while in these crazy times. Don't forget, I always put together a playlist for you to watch, so if you want to stick around, grab yourself a cup of tea and keep watching, because I would love that. I would love to see you more and more on my channel. It would be amazing. I hope that you're all keeping well at the moment. Have a wonderful day and I'll see you next time. Bye. Mwah.